welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another month, another edition of the Enki Pro Series, Enki Pro Series number 4. I'm of course Showside VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, what it all to something a little bit different here. For those that are curious, for those that are tuning in for the first time, the Enki Pro Series is a monthly show match series. We've been featuring players like Clem, like Björn, like Hero, like Zaun over the past couple of months. Now we are here with the April edition of the Enki Pro Series, a best of 9 between two Latin American players, Juanito and Chamaco. Let's go. SpeCial and Cham gonna be facing off here in a best of 9, by the way, not a best of 7, not a best of 5, best of 9. Crazy long series, hoping we can get the most out of our two players so we have our best of 9 ready for us. Likewise, we also have another series, another show match after this. This is the Enki Pro Series. We have the Enki Epic Series afterwards. If you're curious, what is the Epic Series? Epic Series is StarCraft Evolution. So Pro Series, StarCraft 2, Epic Series, StarCraft Evolution instead. There we're going to be featuring Björn and Sue. Oh boy, so Björn and Sue are going to be later on in the evening here after this initial show match. Plenty of StarCraft ahead of us here as well. Also, a little bit anxious, you know, what's the best of it, excited even as well. For those that, actually, is this live? Wait, let me just double check something. Let me just double check if the announcements have gone live yet. Basilisk. Let's see. For those who are curious, I'm going to be playing in a show match. I'm going to be competing in a show match later on Friday, so tomorrow. Tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, we're going to be playing in a show match. It's going to be intense. It's going to be definitely a series to remember, I'm sure. Has yet to be publicly announced, actually, but yes, going to be playing a show match tomorrow. So right after this cast, right after the show matches, we're going to be laddering, going to be training, going to be trying to improve as best we can, and getting ready for tomorrow's show match. I believe will be announced tomorrow when it comes to the matches and the lineup. So look forward to it. Look forward to it, Pappy. Look forward to it. Oh god. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Regardless, we have our current show match ready for you here. TvZ, let's go. Game 1 is going to be on Frostline. Vámonos, Pappy. Vámonos. Soon, yeah, big baby out, yeah. That'll be tomorrow. Aye. But here we go, spawning into the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Executus Esports. It is Cham. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is SpeCial. We go, we are jumping on in again. There's a bit of history between these two players here. SpeCial, for a very long time, he was the king of Latino America. He was the best player in all of Latin America. He did hold that crown for a very long time, but a couple of years ago he was dethroned. A couple of years ago is when Cham did actually bring him down in ESL Pro Tour Latino America, and Cham became said champion of the region. And in recent times, in recent years, SpeCial, he has, especially after the Latin American region did get merged with the American region in EPT, SpeCial has been stepping away from the game. He's been spending less time competing less as well, and he did go on an extended hiatus. Before this month, his last tournament was last year, like in July, last year in EWC, the EWC qualifiers, I want to say. So again, SpeCial has been very inactive, and he recently came back again around a month ago for HSL, for the Hispanic StarCraft League, which he did compete in, did partake in, and so did Cham alongside him. So again, SpeCial has been inactive for a very long time, recently came back, and he was looking pretty in form. For those that missed out on the VODs, SpeCial, he is our HSL champion. It was an intense series, that let me tell you. He had a finals against Vortex. I was looking forward to a finals between SpeCial and Cham, but Cham, he did fall to Vortex in the ZvZ. It was a ZvZ matchup where Cham, he did struggle a little bit more in, and Vortex did cause a massive upset, which allowed for the SpeCial Vortex finals instead of the SpeCial Cham finals, which I feel like would have gone potentially the way of Cham. But because of that, because we missed out on a Cham SpeCial finals in HSL, now we have them here in the best of 9. Let's go. Let's go. We have them here in the show match instead. But now we have our low ground setup. We have a Rax into Factory, into CC. This is a very special opener, very special build. He's been busy coaching, but true. He will coach you. He will coach you. Not wrong. Not wrong. Has been busy coaching. Until then, though, we are going to be setting up. Likewise, Reaper does dip in across the map. Kappa. Especially, he's been very shameless when it comes to his promotion of coaching. Very shameless. Very SMH my head. But we do see SpeCial again, just initially opening up with his setup here. This is very special, I should say. This is a build that SpeCial did begin. Fun fact, SpeCial is also the originator of 2-Rack Reaper. Like, he did come up with that build, which later got taken by Maru and Bjorn and got turned into what it then became, which is a little more standardized, a little more refined. But with this, it does keep your CC safe from early link aggression because your wall is done so quickly. The downside of this style here from SpeCial is that the production is exposed. So if Cham were to play roaches, and if he were to go for a roach all in, if he takes over the natural, he takes over the production as well. So it can be very dangerous in that sense against roach-based play, but early on, it does allow you to be a little bit greedier here. It does allow you to have control, and with that, he continues Reaper Hellion, by the way. He's getting up to 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, no add-on swap, no reactor, not yet. Does dive on it. He wants the Queen. Does want the Queen. Alas, the Queen will back off, will survive. Likewise, heads towards the mineral line as well. More drones getting roasted, getting up to 2 workers so far. Ducklings, they come in for an attempt to surround. They take down the Hellion, not bad. Oh no! He takes down the Hellion, and he does catch a Reaper as well. Very nice catch here from Cham. Now with Link Speed, the final Reaper does go down as well. Whew. And Cham holds. Cham yields on. Now, the downside here, and my biggest concern as now we go for the add-on swap, is that this did delay the production. This did delay the Hellion production, did delay any additional bio production as well because of the delayed add-on swap, into delayed stim, into delayed combat shields, sorry, into delayed tech lab, I meant to say. So this is a really chaotic start here. Wasn't quite worth it for SpeCial. Behind this, going for a 3cc 1-1-1, not Banshee, Raven. Oh boy. So a Raven follow-up here from SpeCial. This is to maintain control of the map with these Hellions, to deny creep and to try to keep the creep at bay as best you can. As Hellions, they rotate over towards the top side. So far, the Queens are keeping up. Oh! Queens are keeping up. We have faster stim on the way. I say faster stim. Again, it was delayed because of the initial Reaper production, but stim is in production nonetheless. No cloak. No Banshee. There we go, into a 3-1-1 setup. And so far, Cham keeping up with the Raven. Oh, I say that one drone goes down, delays the 4th. Welcome with an ult to Frostline. Frostline is one of the largest maps in this tournament map pool. And the bases are very spread out, very isolated from each other. Cham just now taking his own 4th. Alien Nest on the way. Cham did not open Lair first. Ooh, okay, opening up Alien Nest first instead. So a little bit safer play here by Cham. It's going to be safer. Behind this, Jesus, more Rax is on the way. Getting up to 5 so far. Claiming his 3rd. If you lose the show match, you know, like, oh, dance Despacito on stream. You're an animal, 007. You're an animal. Ay. Meanwhile, Raven crashes into the main. 3 drones, not bad. Oh, but the Raven is going to go down. Ay. And no dead space here behind the main. Raven does fall. That is an expensive loss for SpeCial. Bearing in mind, I assumed that he would be joining up the Raven with the Hellions to clear up all this creep, but that did not happen. Oh wait, that's second Raven. He made 2 Ravens? What is happening? Okay, so he can still do that. He still has that 1 Raven here towards the top side. Did open double Raven. With that behind this, getting to his own bio, 1-1 upgrades on the way. Now he can be active with his drops. And the creep so far is looking decent, especially towards the top side and towards the center. It's okay. Towards the south side, less so. Still building up. Bling Runway is attempted. Does catch a Marine. Does catch a couple of reinforcements. Links, they do flood in, actually. Yeah, they flood into the mineral line. More reinforcements getting caught out. A messy defense here from SpeCial. At the same time, Auto Harass here gets 2 drones. But Lings, they keep wreaking havoc. They're going for the Winter Mines. And they will get one at least. Yeah, one Widowmine goes down, and 9 SCVs, more links towards the third base. SpeCial not reacting. Yeah, focusing across the map instead, diving in with his drop. Queens are in position. And the drop is deflected. 11 SCV kills. Yeah, Cham just pulling SpeCial apart. SpeCial just a chaotic defense. Bathing Runway going up as well. Getting ready for his Runway. This time there are reinforcements, so yeah, Chammy won't find as much success here. Has to pull away, has to respect their production. Does pull back, the water buy is setting up. SpeCial, he does notice, thankfully. Does notice in time. Oh, I say that. We'll still lose the Hellion. And Cham, with all this breathing room here, he has been able to drone up to 81. So 81 workers for Cham. He's on proper saturation. Now we can focus on Ling Bane, not just Ling Bane, a Hydra, as the Hydra Gen is also on the way. So getting to Hydra production. Marines trying to stim in. Cham just playing it safe, buying time. Catching reinforcements as well. Not the best catch though. Yeah, SpeCial paying attention. Bathing speed is so delayed here. Oh no! Oh my god. Yeah, late bathing speed, but he's able to live, but Cham, oh, he will lose 3 queens there. 3 queens go down, SpeCial he picks up in time, and Cham, he's now in trouble. We had some really nice damage done earlier. The Ling Rumbais, Ling counterattacks, but again, the lack of bathing speed is killing him. Now it does complete. But Cham, he's up against the wall. Ooh, nice connections. Does connect. Chammy's holding on. Catching up more Marines. Catching up more bio at the same time. Was that a kill? Cancel. That was a cancel here on the expansion. So Cham stuck on 4 bases, but he's stabilizing, building up his Ling Bane. Again, Hydra production underway. 15 Hydras on the way. Let's go. Getting into his Hydras. Oh, Hydra going up. Ooh, brutal connection. Takes down most of the Lings. And SpeCial is still hyper aggressive, just now working on a 4cc. Now taking gases. 3 more maxes on the way, getting up to 8 maxes. But again, that economic damage did slow SpeCial down. And Cham, he's overwhelming. Building up his army. Let's build up. Likewise, SpeCial stimming into the mineral line. At least attempting to. But they can't really threaten too much. Gets 5 workers. And Cham is about to max out. He's about to max out. Cham, he is lacking a hive. Like, there's no infestation bit, there's no hive tech either. Cham is just spending all of his money here on Ling Bane Hydra. Yeah, very much so a lair-based army. And he should soon be pushing. Okay, going for 2 main pushes. One towards the top side. Does distract. And another towards the south instead. SpeCial looks like he does notice. Oh, has the guy back. 4 stepping up. CC is not yet done. Oh, the mineral line is exposed. And he's going for it. And Cham racing on past. But the production is here, just in time. And not the best mainly connections. I say that some more Marines do get caught out. But SpeCial does save the mineral line. He saves the workers, he saves the base. SpeCial he's holding. At the same time, here comes that second wave. Oh, and this is something that SpeCial is not ready for. Yeah, the entire army's back across the map. And Chammy pulls away, gives up on the base. At the same time, he's wreaking havoc. Production getting caught out. Yeah, SpeCial's all in. SpeCial is all in at this point. He has to keep going, as he will lose his third. And he will lose his natural. Chammy just has to buy some time. We need Bailings. Oh god. He needs more Bailings, Pappy. There we go. The boys are being pulled. Yeah, messy defense here for Cham. The boys do go down. At the same time, again, Cham has control of that natural. And Cham still has 3 bases. He still has some production going, still has Link Bane. Hive is now on the way. More SCVs falling as well. A brutal supply block as all these overlords are about to go down. And Cham, especially will snipe that Bailey nest. At the same time, Cham going for the kill again. There's nothing at home for Special to defend. Ooh. Except for the Widowmind. And there's enough, yeah, more than enough. Bailey's a crash shot in. Juanito is down to what? 2 full metavacs. 2 metavacs, papi. Worth of units, I should say. The rest are empty. Third base goes down, natural goes down. Cham, Special is muling his heart out. Muling what he can. Oh, it doesn't matter. GG gets called, and Cham, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Cham, he will take a lead in the series. An intense and chaotic game 1 here. Cham able to keep up for the most part with the aggression, able to go for all these link run-bys, counterattacks as well. Impressive counterattacks there out of Cham. Despite that, Special, he still was able to hold his own, and definitely despite losing a lot of workers, he was still having some terrifying drop play, I should say. But Cham, he was able to keep up, he was able to minimize losses, and overall, GG, well played. It was an interesting opener out of Special as well. I'm not too fond of it, but I know that it's something that Special's quite fond of himself. Going into the racks, into Factory, into Raven, for example, it's very unorthodox. I don't expect to see that again. Right? Usually that's like a build that you do once in a series, maybe twice in a best of 9. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on Special to see how hard he commits and if he goes for another similar style. Up next, we're loading into game 2. Going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. Let's go. Let us go. Best of 9, papi. Best of 9. Plenty of games, papi. Plenty of games. Also, welcome to all those in the chat. I see Baby Links. I see Werehug, Getya, 007, of course, Psychon, Storm, Noam Chomsky. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. As we're jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have our Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, leading the series 1-0. It is Cham. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is Special. Here we go. Once again, Special setting up on the low round. Now, last time we had a Rax into Factory, set up here into Reaper Hellion, into a Raven follow-up. But as a reminder, if you recall, I did mention how Special, he did invent the initial 2-Rax Reaper opener, so he could also go for a second Rax into 2-Rax Reaper as well. Especially on a small amount like Whispers of Gold, yeah, we're going for it. We're going for that second Rax. Now, technically, he can turn this into a 3-Rax Reaper. We could see a 3rd Rax hidden further in the main and commit into Mass Reaper, otherwise just 2-Rax Reaper into an expansion. For those that don't quite recall, it was Special who had invented this build, I want to say 2 years ago, and then Björn and Maru, they actually saw Special use said opener, I should say, 2-Rax Reaper, and then they did showcase it at DreamHack Dallas. I think that was at the end of 2022, and then coming into 2023, Björn refined it. Björn, he just held on to it, and then he did the same opener for like 6 months. Like 6 months straight of doing like 2-Rax Reaper, 3-Rax Reaper, 4-Rax Reaper, different variations, different follow-ups, defense against Roach-Lins, like Björn, he put in the hard work when it came to refining it and going through the ins and outs and having different variations and yeah, just going all over it here. And yeah, because of that, I think a lot of people attribute the opener to Björn. Special did originally originate it way back when. I think Björn even said so himself. But yeah, from there, Björn kind of made it his own, and with that, we're back to Rax Reaper. And we still see it like from players like Clem, from players like Björn every now and then in TvZ. Now it's nowhere near as popular as it once was, just because it's so played out and players have gotten so used to defending against it. But it was very prevalent, like circa 2023, even coming into 2024 as well. Very popular. As Reapers will be pulled away. are going to be zoned. We do have just initially the first wave of Reapers. So we go up to 3. Yes, 3 Reapers. Okay. So only 3 Reapers. You can go up to 5 technically, but 3 is the bare minimum that you do want to delay the expansion. Ooh, 1 Reaper goes down. SpeCial overextending. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. 1 Reaper already does fall. SpeCial, he does not get the drone in the mineral line, and Cham is going to zone him away. Cham does zone. Cham does force SpeCial back. And SpeCial behind this, of course, transitioning, getting to his CC, getting to his factory. But SpeCial is in a rough position, and the initial purpose of 2x Reaper is to, 1, delay the 3rd base, and also to deny some creep and to contain your opponent on 2 bases for as long as possible. SpeCial lost a Reaper. He lost a Reaper. He failed to deny the 3rd base as well. This is a disastrous start here for SpeCial. Now, the follow-up still has potential, don't get me wrong. This is turning into a 2-on-1 follow-up here with an earlier stim timing, Starport on the way. I say that, we're actually sticking with reactored Hellion, not reactored Marine. Okay, so different variation of 2-1. Oh, I see. Now it makes more sense. It is a, in a way, 2-on-1. No stim, no combat shields, reactored Hellion, Hellbat push. So Hellbat push is on the way. Medevac is going to be on the way to support said Hellbats. Very committed here from SpeCial. Very flexible build is what I will say. And we'll see if we can catch Cham with his pants down. Cham, if his queen count is too low, then this is going to be a tough hold here. So far, 5 is going to be 6 queens for Cham. Likewise, SpeCial poking in. Distracting. Checking the vision. Cham, he has no idea what's going on. He has not seen the follow-up. He does not see the reactored factory, which is a tell, actually. Which would be a tell that something was wrong. Let's here we go. We do see SpeCial moving out. Armory is done, and Hellbats are about to morph in out of range of the Overlord.
Queen birth successful.
Or at least ideally out of range. Now pulling away. Behind this, we do have our lair first. No Baneling Nest. Oh, it's our Baneling Nest now on the way. But it's going to be late here. And here we go. The Hellbats ain't morph in. Cham, he has to get the hell out of here. Brutal KDA charge. 1 queen goes down. Yeah, and Cham evacuates. He knows he cannot defend his 3rd. He has to pull away. He has to pull back. Likewise, Lings are amassing, trying to catch reinforcements. Yeah, Lings, they catch a Hellion. Not bad. Queens moving in. Again, going to be 5 queens. Only 5. And the base is getting lower and lower. Eventually, Cham, he will have to commit. The base falls. Massive pickup. Cham, he does save his mineral line. Pulling away. Taking it back up. Expansion. Liberator into the main. Queen goes down. A massive pickup. And Cham, he will hold, but he's being denied bases. And the rotation from SpeCial does hit the new backup 3rd. And once again, force a cancel. 7 drone kills in the main. It's too much. There's far too much damage here. SpeCial with the opener. It did fall in its face, but with the follow-up, he's here to just overwhelm. Gets on top of the Banelings. The Banelings, they will not finish. And without Banelings, there's no defense. There is no defense. Looks like 1 Baneling does morph in. The Lings, they collapse on the army. Lings, they will clean this up. Not bad. Does eventually clean this up, but after losing the 3rd and the backup 3rd and 7 drones and 2 queens, 3 queens. Oh god. Brutal damage. Brutal damage was dealt with that. SpeCial, he's in a very strong position. 3rd CC is already done, floating on location. 2 more racks is getting to a 5 rack setup. And now SpeCial finishing up Stim. Stim is delayed, but I mean the Hellbat push was worth it. It was worth it for SpeCial. SpeCial does move in. Here's up a couple of tumors. Again, we'll see if we can force another cancel on the expansion. Just diving on the queens. Gets 1 queen. It gets a queen. Avoids the Banelings. From here, I mean, Special's looking very comfortable. Now, from the side of Cham, we can go a couple of different routes here. We can either be hyper greedy to try to recover economically, or we can commit to an all-in and throw down the Roach Warren, cut workers, and just commit to Lingbane Roach Ravager. It's one or the other. Oh, good. As Bailey's our target fired. Special pulling away. We do have that Roach Horn in production here for Cham, hidden behind the mineral line, and it should be to just stand it with roaches. And we'll see if he can get to that point, because Special is not, he's not slowing down. He's not stopping. Now moving in with his tank. Roach production has begun. By Special stimming in. Takes out one of the queens. Gets one of the queens. Lingbane rolling on forward, going for the tank line. Oh man, yeah, there's no break in this tank line. GG gets called, and Specially will tab the series 1-1. We are going. Oh, we have a series. We have a series. Let's go. GG. Again, a very powerful, very potent Hellbat push at a Special. Again, with that Hellbat push, he was able to overwhelm. He was able to break his opponent. He was able to take down the base twice, the third and the backup third, or the third and the fourth. Also, the drone damage in the main with the Liberator. It was just insane damage. Cham could not recover from that. And GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a back and forth, and we'll see who takes the lead in the series as we load into game number 3. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Xder's Esports, being forced into a tied series. We'll see if he can bring it back and take a lead. It is Cham. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is SpeCial. Tying up the series and fighting back, showing that, hey, he still got this back. He's like, he's still got this, still in this. And for the first time this series, we have a high ground setup. Now, this does make the most sense on Abyssal Reef. The reason for this is the rush distance. The rush distance by ground is very long, so opening up with aggressive Reaper Hellion is less effective on this map, not just because of how long it is, but also how defendable you are on 2 bases. Again, all it takes is 2 queens, or just 1 queen and a handful of units here to wall up this location, wall up the ramp. Very defendable, natural, likewise, very secure 3rd base as well. So it is going to be difficult for SpeCial to make that initial either 2 racks Reaper or racks factory opener work. Instead, standard. Instead, we have a standard setup, standard game. We go. We'll see how SpeCial will approach this. Again, SpeCial is not afraid to mech it up. True. Mech is also on the table for SpeCial, alongside standard bio play as well. He doesn't have to be crazy, doesn't have to be cheeky, but he can be. Likewise, Hatch pull out of Cham. When it comes to Cham's mid game, he's usually very roach based, but so far in this series, we haven't really had the opportunity to get into that. In the last game, we saw attempted roach production, but again was shut down before he could really get that going. We are calming things down. Also, along the lines of what I mentioned about how SpeCial, early game aggression is less effective on this map, and we're getting to Abyssal Reef. Alongside that, Abyssal Reef is also known for the extremes, known for longer macro games, known for turtle play as well. If SpeCial did want to slow the game down, if you wanted to embrace the late game, then this would be the map to do it on. This does favor that kind of style. Which I wouldn't be opposed to. The last 2 games have been very aggressive. And back at home, yep, 3rd CC. 3rd CC before Starports, a very economic build here by SpeCial. Very standard. Starport is now on the way. From here, Cham still droning, still just saturating. Reaper does threaten the main, but nothing major. As from here, we can just drone, we can work towards our lair timing, get into our tech. As we opt not to open up Banshee, interesting, no add-on swap, no tech lab on the racks. Oh, and now we see why. I was about to say that it's kind of weird not to see the tech lab, because usually you would even go tech lab for stim, but there is no stim, there was no tech lab, and we see why. BC. Oh, I mean, again, this is a good map for it. It's hard to punish the Terran player on Abyssal Reef, so you're very safe to do something like this and go for a BC opener. BC into mech is a little more standard when it comes to the follow-up after the battlecruiser. Oh boy. And we'll see if Cham figures out what's going on. Now, Cham, he's going for an early Roach Warren, which means he's going for an early Roach production, for an early Roach rush, and we'll see if he can try to break SpeCial before the BCs come into play. So 7 Roaches are in production. Did I say 7 going up to 9? Yeah, the 9 Roaches, 10 Roaches are amassing. But we'll see if this is going to be more defensive or if he does plan on going across the map. Say that we have a safety Banshee first, then into BCs. Cham cutting workers, he's not droning. Yeah, he does not saturate his third base, doesn't take extra gases. He's on how many gases? He's on 2. 2 gases here, hatch tech, no lair, all in. Risky move here, very risky, and I'll be honest, there's no answer to the BC. How many queens are there? 4. Only 4 queens, that is not enough. Straight up, 1 BC will kill every queen and will kill it, just everything. So it's all enough for Cham. Cham, he sneaks out across the map because he's going the long way around. This is giving a SpeCial more time to finish the BC. SpeCial, he does miss everything. He does miss the move outs, he does miss the rotation. Remember, the third base does not matter. Cham, he has to go for the kill, he has to go for the natural. As Cham started stepping forward. Yep, he goes past the third, he has to keep going. But the BC's almost done. The BC's almost done at this point now. SCVs should be going down. But how many? Yes, Cham, he does commit in. Oh, the Hellions, there's so many of them. 10 Hellions. And here we go, the BC, it does reveal itself. Now he knows. Now he knows. And Cham, he's droning up back at home. He will deny the third. Lings, they flood in. They're going to get roasted. And SpeCial will hold. SpeCial, he will clean this up. The question becomes, how many SCVs will he lose? Oh, 13. 13 SCVs go down. More queens are on the way. Lair is on the way. Again, very late lair. It may even be worth going into Hydras, just because the Hydra gen more sin faster than the Spire. As Depot barely goes down. Rich is busting in. And here comes the teleport into the main. Spore is not done. The lair just finished. Queens have to respond. How many queens do we have? We went up from 4 to 7. So 7 queens here for Cham. He tries to rotate, tries to respond. BC heads towards the third. Spore is ready. And Cham, he has bought enough time. He does have enough queens. Cham, he didn't inject his third base. He has a transfuse, but 1 queen goes down. Ay, ay, ay. And here comes the second BC. And we have 2 more starboards, triple BC production. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there's a mule to repair. And there's just not enough queens. There's not enough queens here. That was the biggest concern. The queen count was very low. And 7 queens is enough for 1 BC, but against 2, Bathy's 2 BCs. Not like this. Another queen goes down. And GG gets called. It's too much damage. SpeCial, he will take the game and take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, I do appreciate the build of Cham, but it was almost hard countered. I would say that it was a blind hard counter for SpeCial to go into BCs of all things. Of course, Roaches don't shoot up, and it isn't just that they don't shoot up. The build specifically of Cham was an all-in, and it was a hatch-based all-in. which means no lair, which means no spire or hydrogen, so no anti-air. On top of that, he cut queens at 4, only 4 queens, that's not enough. So he had to react as quickly as possible, threw down all the spores, made an extra wave of queens, started the lair. Even then, wasn't enough. It was enough to defend against the first BC, but that was the first one. There were many more behind that. Second BC showed up, 2 more starports thrown down as well, and with that, SpeCial does take the game. And from that, we're getting into, or we're going to be following our players into game number 4. SpeCial does take a lead, and we'll see if Cham can bring it back as we are loading into El Dorado. Oh, that last game, it was like one of my ladder games. I did. The smudge from the BCs. Relatable, papi, relatable. But here we go, we're getting into our next game. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran from Mexico, leading the series 2-1. It is SpeCial. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg for Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. Here we go. SpeCial does take a lead. Again, best of 9, still playing more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. Something that I was not expecting last game, though, was SpeCial. He went BC into triple starport production. That was crazy as a follow-up. If you remember, I was leaning towards mech instead, which we have yet to see today. We've yet to see in this broadcast. I'm sure we will at some point in this best of 9. We'll see how many builds SpeCial has up his sleeve, as he has gone for different builds every game so far. Behind this, once again, Rax on the high ground, not on the low ground. Going for a more standard opener at least. So standard opener. Likewise, Cham going hatch gas pool. Hello, Zetecone. Hello, hello. See you later. Buenos dias, my buenos dias. Buenos dias. As our players are setting up. So far, nothing crazy, nothing wild. We'll keep an eye on SpeCial though, because again, he has gone for a different build every single game. Either 2-Rax Reaper, low ground Rax Factory into Hellbat push, 1-1-1 into BC. What haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen a standard build, true. We haven't seen 3CC into Starport into Banshee play, into Hellion Banshee into Bio. We haven't seen an 8-Rax yet. We haven't seen Mech. I'm sure at some point we'll hit all 3 at some point in this series. We'll keep an eye on Cham, as well on SpeCial. Likewise, Cham, he also mixed it up last game. As a reminder, Cham, he was the one that did initiate going for an all-in. And just unfortunately, he was, hard countered by BCs. It was, yeah, just everything was lining up well there for SpeCial. As Reaper does dip into the natural. Cham likewise, protecting that drone just barely. Does save the worker, does pull away. Oh, and we are rushing into a 240 lair timing. Ay, insanely fast lair. So faster on the way for Cham. Is on the way. Reaper does rush past. Reaper scouts every. Oh god. No. Cham, he fails to deny the scout. Bearing in mind there's no Reaper clip into the main, you have to go through the natural. That's why he went to a 2-base lair, and everything gets seen, everything gets scouted. SpeCial back at home going 3CC into Starport, but he now is aware that this is most likely going to be a couple of different things. Either 2-base Muta, otherwise you can go into 2-base Swarm Host, you can go into 2-base Ling Queen and Nidus all in. Right now, Cham is droning. He's droning on up, and we'll see what, if anything, is done with this lair. Gas is on the way. The thing that makes the most sense here is 2-base Muta. 2-base Muta would make the most sense from Cham, but like, the surprise factor is no longer there. Ooh, okay. Remember what I said? 2-base Swarm Host. That is another potential option here for Cham. I'm not too I was gonna say this isn't a bad map for Swarm Host, true. It's not bad. Let's go. Let's go. Now, what's important here, typically this should be Swarm Host into Infestor for fungal growth to survive against any kind of bio push or bio move out. The Overlord's moving in. I believe this should be Swarm Host alongside Nidus, and we should be Nidusing here outside of the main to Swarm Host into the main base. Yeah, there we go. Dark, he does variations of this. If you've been watching Dark on El Dorado, you'll know that he has done this in ZVT more than a couple of times. I think he did this against Bjorn and against Bunny. Bjarni, if you will. There's a scan. Scan does not see the tech, it does see the lair, but again, this so far looks like 2-base Muta. But if you're familiar with Cham, then 2-base Swarm Host is something that does like to mix in. Swarm Host is going to be on the way. And here comes that Nidus. Here we go. And with this Locust Wave, he can try to disrupt some of the production, even trade with the army. And Cham taking his third. Soul per se breakout. Going for Locust Wave. It's going to be 7 Swarmers in total. We have the initial 4. But the Marine Army's in position. The Locust Wave shouldn't get much done. Gets 1, 2, 3 Marines. Gets 4. Only 4 Marines. Less than ideal. Likewise, Swarmers, they should get the hell out of here. Oh, they should get out of here. Never mind the Queens, they pop out of support. And one Swarmers goes down. Forcing out a Locust Wave. There's a transfuse. Oh my, the micro. My god. Not something I was quite expecting, but Cham fights for this position. He maintains this position. Does cost him a Swarm Host, which is less than ideal. But Cham does hold. Going for another Locust Wave. Once again, they're running into the Marines. But there are more Locusts this time. And they can hold their own. Trading with the army. Let's trade. Things they poke in as well. Oh, catching out some of the transferring SCVs. Delaying some mining time. We're getting ready for another Locust Wave. So far, so good. Winter Miners in position. Queens, yeah, they deny these SCVs. At least they attempt to. Nice towards the top side. Oh, brutal mine connection. I mean, these Locust Waves, they're still trading against the Marines. Like, it's not too bad. And here we go, pop out from one Nidus to the other. Roaches, they deny the third. Oh my god. They deny the third base. And again, one of the reasons, I would say the big reason why this is working on this map is this location here. You can only gain access because of drop play. Speaking of drops, they will clean up the Queens. Queens are cleaned up. Going for the Locust, going for the Nidus Swarm. Nidus Swarm does fall. And with that, the Swarmers have to get the hell out of here. Does have to pull away. Cham being greedy to going for the gold. Oh. Does go for the gold. Marine shakes down more of these Swarm Hosts. Getting 1, getting 2 more Swarm Hosts. But the Roaches will defend. As Roach speed is done, getting to 1-1 upgrades. How many Swarm Hosts in total? 9. Just up to 9. SpeCial attempting to expand. Does attempt. Oh, barely takes down the tank. Not the cleanest trade though. Cham is getting the hell out of here. He's still trying to hold on to that gold. He's crazy. Ay. And Cham being forced back. He has to evacuate. Trickling in with a couple of roaches. Holding the line, trying to. Base goes down. And the expansion falls. Cham behind this, getting to 1-1 upgrades, going pure Roach Ravager. But he needs another expansion. Likewise, Special, he's still only on a 2-base economy. He himself is also struggling. Cham re-expanding. Make a swipe towards the natural. Cham should be moving in towards the third. Not the best lined up attack here, though. Yeah, Cham trying to transition into Link Bane, or into Roach Ravager Link Bane. But the army's coming in. Cham is getting called out. Oh! And Files, they do graze the army. They do graze. Tanks getting in position. Cham is in trouble. He has to get the hell out of here. Oh, fighting out of range of the tanks, not bad. Does fight out of range. While they graze the Medivacs, and Chammy takes the fight. He overwhelms. Whew, he just barely overwhelms. From here, he can deny the expansion. He can deny the CC. He's playing it safe. Does play it safe. More reinforcements on the way. Doesn't deny. Special getting the mule off. But Chammy should have enough. Again, a very chaotic game state here. Very chaotic. Oh. Seduce him in. Dust him in, cashing out a Roach, cashing out a Ravager. Again, the army here of Special is very efficient. And I would say it's on Cham here to try to break this position. So far, he has not been able to. I'd say he had the opportunity, but that opportunity is passing him by. Cham about to max out, though, on Lingbane, Roach Ravager. He will have an overwhelming army. Special stimming in. Toss him in. Your blinding cloud on the tanks. Let's go. Tanks getting called out. Bailey's rolling in. The slow Bailings. They connect. Who needs speed? Who needs speed, Pappy? The slow Bailings. Now speed kicks in. But the fight has already gone Cham's way. Yeah, rolling on forward. Taking down the CC. That's going to be a kill, not a lift. Ooh, no Bailings remaining. No Bailings, but nice blinding cloud. Also didn't quite connect. But still a better trade here for Cham as he takes down the mineral line, takes down the base. And there's almost nothing left. Ooh, even bottling down some Medivacs. Cham pulling one out of Dark's book back. The Dark Book of Zerg. As from here, he's trickling in. Not the cleanest trades here from Cham, but he does break through nonetheless. It shows how far behind Special is. Chammy backs off, taking the northern base. Ooh, Liberator has been wreaking havoc. 8 drone kills. Kills on the Liberator. More Liberation has... Oh, God. I mean, what's the Queen count at? 2. Only 2 Queens. These Liberators being so annoying here. 1 does fall. Main army moving in. More workers going down. Oh, no, the Sword Host. They rally in. Uh-oh. Cham. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful, Pat. As this is that 1 Liberator wreaking havoc. Do we pile in time? Nice Powerbomb. There we go. Liberator does finally go down. But that was what? That was, what, 15 plus drones going down? That was insane. Just so much damage. Again, it can be so frustrating dealing with all those Liberators. Chammy bled a little Swarm Host. Special is still in this, lifting up. He lands his natural and his main. SpeCial catching out every single swarm host. Again, just floating over the bases. He does have an economy. Oh, Cham diving in. Does side forward. Nice lightning clouds on the tanks. Oof, yeah, goes for lightning clouds. The tanks are going down. No power bomb. The medevacs do survive. And Cham will chase us back all the way back to the gold. Again, he needs to deny mining. He needs to deny that gold. Yeah, pushing him forward, catching out the bio. And the boys are being pulled into the melee. Oh god. SCVs go down, and SpeCial, he's done it. He's done it. He has broken his opponents. It was impressive that SpeCial, he was able to hang in there as long as he did, but GG gets called, and Cham, he will tie the series 2-2. We continue our back and forth. Let's go. GG. Again, Cham with 2-base swarm host, which is more viable on El Dorado. Winding it back, as a reminder, we were trying to emphasize that, but El Dorado, because of its terrain, because it is a map that is naturally split in half, it is more awkward to rotate from top to bottom. So going for neither swarm host play is that much more effective and that much more difficult to deal with early on, and it allows it to pay for itself, to be stable. There's a reason why Dark also would do this build on El Dorado as well, and Cham making use of it on full display. GG, well played. And with that leads us here into game number 5. We're here to find out who will take a lead in this series. We have been going back and forth, so technically it could be SpeCial's turn. True. SpeCial's turn to claim it, as up next we're going to be loading into King's Cove. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of King's Cove, we have the Mexican Terran player. God, they changed places, guys. We have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing himself, currently teamless, but being forced into a tied up series. We'll see if he can bring it back. We'll see if he can retake that momentum. It is SpeCial. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, himself, the Mexican Zerg for Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. We go. Whew. So again, we are tied up at 2-2. And welcome to King's Cove. Once again, one of the larger maps in the tournament map pool. Very large map, long rushes and spy grounds. We'll see how our players will approach this. I'm expecting a longer macro game, but despite saying that, we haven't gotten that this series so far. Every single game we've had some quirky builds either from the Zerg or from the Terran. We have not had a standard game state at all so far. We're 4 games in. We're 5 games in. Is this it? Is it time? Oh boy. Here to find out. I would say coming into King's Cove, this is one of the maps that does lean towards a longer game, so seeing a standard game state would make the most sense on King's Cove. But if you remember, I said that about Abyssal Reef, and what did we see on Abyssal Reef? Cham went for an all-in. He went for a hatch-based Roach all-in with Roach Ling. So again, Cham working against expectations makes sense on Abyssal Reef that you would try to do that, but do you want to do that multiple times in the series on all the larger macro maps? That I'm less so certain of. I'm less fond of the idea, at risk of being too predictable, of cheesing on larger maps. So we'll keep an eye on our players. So far, standard opener, ranks expand into factory. Everything looking normal from the side of SpeCial. So he does move out. Reaper does poke in. Reaper does poke in. Behind this, a third CC is on the way. I wish you could cast yourself and not know what's happening. What does that mean? Do you mean like when laddering? Question mark? Down. We are selling in behind this. We do have a SpeCial going for his third TC. Oh, into a second factory. Okay, something that we have not seen yet so far in this series. It is going to be mech. We assumed we would see it at some point. If you recall, we were referring to it on Abyssal Reef when we saw the BC opener. I just assumed it was going to be BC into mech, but it was BC into triple starport. Here, we're making it up. And this does make the most sense on a map like King's Cove. The map is very large, very secure on 3 bases. Very large, very secure. And as a result, it's going to be a little bit difficult here for Cham to break a SpeCial and to try to punish him early on. Now, the 4th base is usually where a lot of contention does arrive. The 4th base is where it is more difficult to take and more difficult to establish on King's Cove, but only if you have map control. So if SpeCial goes into battle mech, he's going to be fighting for that, and yep, there it is. We have Hellion Cyclone on the way into Macfield Accelerators. SpeCial, he's going to be ensuring that Cham has no presence on the map, and Cham will allow himself, SpeCial will allow himself to expand and to most likely claim that 4th. If he can, then he can get into a longer game. It's going to be on Cham to try to stop that from happening, potentially even sneaking some tech out. We can go into Lair, we can go into Mutaplay. There we go, Roach Warren has been thrown down. Cham is yet to confirm the main. He has yet to scout. Has yet to scout. Fast Lair on the way. SpeCial is getting to his own battle mech setup. Again, Cham, he does see the Hellion count, and there we go, now he knows. Now he knows. Upon seeing the floating racks, it screams mech. If he wasn't sure earlier, now he is. As Cyclones are revealed. It's on Cham to build up. Likewise, SpeCial catching out the queens. Very nice catch. Yeah, despite the transfuse, 1, 2, 3 queens going to be going down. Aye, aye, aye. And before Cham can get into his roaches, he's in trouble. He's in danger here. SpeCial clearing up all this creep. He sees the roaches amassing. He will respect it. Respects the roaches. Moves away. Does move away. Roach is getting picked off, more links going to be going down as well. And these are still just very efficient trades here for SpeCial. Picking up just 3 roaches. Yeah, there's no roach speed, so roaches are going down one after the other. They trade against Hellions. Oof. The queens are exposed. We got more lock-ons. And another 2 queens are going to be going down. Oof. Takes down another 2 queens. Hellions, they bust into the mineral line. Drones are getting roasted. SpeCial is pulling Cham apart. It's going to be 5 drone kills. Five drones alongside 4 queens, 13 roaches. Very efficient trades here from SpeCial. Now he's forced to back off. The reason why he's backing off is that he can only trade the way that he has been with Hellion support. Like, he needs that Hellion buffer for his Cyclones, as SpeCial has lost 0 Cyclones so far. Only losing minerals. Again, those Hellions, they're just the meat shield, they're just the buffer. So from here, SpeCial, he backs off, saturated 3rd, now getting a 4th TC. Again, SpeCial still maintains map control. and Cham is still trying to recover. Now, thankfully, even though Cham lost a lot of queens and lost a lot of roaches, Cham, he did preserve his mineral line for the most part. Did lose 5 workers, that is true, but he's able to maintain himself, re-drone, resaturate, double expanding, getting a 4th, getting a 5th base, droning up and getting to Lingbane Roach Ravager. So Cham, he's holding his own here, but I would still say that SpeCial has more momentum on his side. SpeCial now starting tank production. So, as there's a little bit of messy SimCity here in the main, he will break out. Drones are going to be going down. Another 5 worker kills. And as we bleed out some Hellions, we have tank production underway. Ooh, meanwhile, Swarm Host. Swarm Host, they have their place against mech. We kind of touched on it previously, but Swarm Host, they're ideal against a more slower form of mech, against like more tank-heavy compositions. Against battle mech, though, Swarm Host can struggle. So we'll see if he can keep his Nidoswarms and his Swarm Host hidden. Otherwise, it's just very risky here for Cham. Very risky. As Swarmers are amassing. Oh, I see. Yeah. We'll touch on that after. As first Locust Wave is going to be coming in. There's plenty. I was going to say there's not much Hellion support. True, there's not much Hellion support. There's Hellbats though. There's plenty of Hellbat support. Locust Wave coming in. And the Locusts, they get completely shut down. They get 0 value here. Ay. The Swarmers, they do nothing. SpeCial's maxed out and he's here to punish. And Cham, he has so much dead supply in those Swarm Hosts. Cham is getting the hell out of here. Files they graze some of the units. But Cham is bleeding out Ravagers, bleeding out Lings. Banelings are on the way, they're not done yet. Yeah, SpeCial just sending it right down mid. Now Locust Wave is about to reset. There's going to be 1 Locust Wave from the flank. And he can get on top of the tanks. True. Tanks are exposed. Storm Host, they're coming in. Up. They get 2 get triggered here on the Cyclone. And they collapse on top of the tanks. They get 1, they get 2, they get up to 4. Not bad. 4 tanks go down. More tanks going to be going down as well, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Especially Zana, he breaks through that defensive line, takes down the Locust Wave, takes down the Roach Ravager, the base falls, and Cham, he's being broken. He's being broken. There are 16 more Roaches on the way. The tank count is quite low, but I'm not so sure if Cham can save the base. Yeah, he's not going to. Yeah, no shot. No shot. The base is going to go down. Here comes another Locust Wave. Coming in from behind, but the damage has been done. Up. Locust Wave comes in. Doesn't get much, doesn't take down the tank. Yeah, 1 tank finally goes down, but alas, Cham, he's going to be able to hold on, barely getting on top of those tanks. Likewise, Cyclones are getting low. Cham, he's holding. Cham, he's barely holding on. Never mind. Never mind, Papi, never mind. As more reinforcements have arrived, getting on top of the expansion. Oh no, Locust, the Swarmers, get out of here, Papi, get out of here. Oof. And you can see how risky it is going Swarmers against mech, especially against like battle mech, just because of the counterattack, right? That counterattack hits so quickly and so fast and so hard. And likewise, these Swarmers, they're vulnerable to these Cyclones. They have to get the hell out of here. And with that, Cham, he lost 2 bases. He lost his army. SpeCial, he's still maintaining a very, very thriving economy here. On a 5-base setup, full saturation. SpeCial does move in. Stormhosts are across the map. They're not at home to defend. This time though, SpeCial's not moving out with his tanks. He's moving out with only a portion of his army. Locust Wave towards the planetary. And the planetary will survive. Oh god. Cashing the mineral line. And with that, so Cham, this is going to be his final stand here as the final Ravagers are getting locked on. And the final Ravager goes down. GG gets called, and SpeCial, he will overwhelm. He will take a lead in the series 3-2. GG. Whew. GG, well played, SpeCial. He will overwhelm. Again, for the first time, maybe the only time this series, we have our mech being showcased here. Cham, unfortunately, he had a really rough response. I say rough response. It was a big investment going into all those Swarm Hosts. And for the first Locust Wave to fall in its face the way that it did, that was game. That was game then and there. What I'm referring to, if you remember, the first big Locust Wave was a wave through the center towards the tank line, and it literally did 0 damage. It did not kill a single unit. So you could argue that it distracted the Cyclones and it tanked some damage, I suppose, but it dealt 0 damage. And right after that Locust Wave failed, then that's when the push started. Like, in that moment, SpeCial knew, oh, okay, so half your army supply is dead supply because your Swarm Hosts, they can do nothing. They can be nothing until another Locust Wave gets ready. So he just immediately counterattacked and killed 2 bases, destroyed 2 bases, and that was just something that Cham could not recover from. GG, well played. And with that, that leads us into game number 6. SpeCial, he does take a lead in the series. We'll see if Cham can bring it back again, or SpeCial will maintain that lead and extend that lead even further. Let's go. Up next, we are loading into Amygdala. But he means you cast your games that you knowing it's you playing. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. If only. I know that's made it awkward in the past when casting. I think Yaku has redeemed a review of your replay before, and I've casted Yaku's replay with Yaku. And it's kind of awkward because Yaku knows what's gonna happen, so it's like never mind. Or it could just be awkward for Yaku to cast something like that. For sure. Or just anyone to cast their own game, because they know what's gonna happen. They know what is happening, the thought process behind it. Yeah, for sure. But with that, we're getting into our next game here. We are looking to find out if we can bounce back. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. Oh, they changed places. There we go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran, leading the series 3-2. It is SpeCial. As a reminder, this is a best of 9, so plenty more games ahead of us. Best of 9 is first to 5. First to 5 wins will claim the ShowMatch, will claim the series, and will be our victor. As your loader is going to be sent across the map. And welcome one and all to Amygdala. Amygdala is another one of these larger maps, is known for longer games, is known for having a defensive 3, 4, and 5 base setup. For the most part, I would say at least 4 bases. It's more difficult to be aggressive early on this map. So if SpeCial were to want to play defensively and go into mech, this would not be a bad map for it, to be honest. We did see him flex it last game, so we could see it again here. I'm hoping for something different though. What I will say though is that every game so far, we have seen something different from SpeCial. Have seen something different. Oh. So now, we are going to be opening up. No proxy, no cheese. That is something that we haven't seen so far this series, is we haven't gone for proxy Raxes or proxy anything. We've had 2 Rax Reaper openers, that is true, but not quite the same. So these Stormhosts, like the Locust aren't getting the job done. Yeah, it can be quite difficult to again make Stormhosts work against that kind of style of mech. Can be difficult if you're up against, again, as we mentioned, like a slower form of mech, a more defensive, more turtley style, then it can work well. But if your opponent's being more aggressive, more assertive with battle mech, then that's when you're vulnerable. That's where it can be more risky. As behind this, we do have our third TC before Starport. True, we haven't seen a 2-on-1 yet this series. We haven't seen a 3cc 2-on-1 either. That is something that we have yet to embrace. From here, we have our Tech Lab into add-on swap. There we go, into Banshee. For the first time this series, 3cc Cloak Banshee. For the first time this series, we have a standard opener. Okay, let's go. You're on a Amygdala special playing standard. And we'll see if Cham can breathe here, if he can settle in, get comfortable. Without any crazy shenanigans going on. Let's see, Hellions, they threaten the dive. Just poking, prodding, just looking for a way in. 2 more Raxes on the way behind this, so it's just committing into a bio follow-up. Again, everything here looking standard, looking normal. Third CC now being taken. Now, this can turn into an A-Rax on 3 bases. Actually, we have seen players be quite successful with A-Raxes on Amygdala, depending on how the user player expands. We'll see. It's going to be a Lair first out of Cham, Lair at the third. Let's go. Gases are being taken. So far, we're just calming down. And again, it's been an intense series so far with Roach all-ins, with Swarmhost play, with Mech, with BC, with Hellbat pushes. Has been quite chaotic. So we'll see how they do compare in a more standard game. Bailing Nest, double Evo Chamber, 1-1 upgrades. Again, like this is as standard can get. Never mind, double Evo Chamber, double upgrades into a delayed Spire. Interesting. Also, did we cancel the... Okay, there we go. I was still a little confused. Yeah, Bailing Nest is already done. So this is an interesting build out of Cham. We are not rushing into Muta. Like typically, if this was a Muta rush, we'd be seeing a faster layer, faster than what we saw. This was a 4:30 layer timing. We'd see like a 4-minute or even like a 3:30 layer timing to go into 2-base Muta. On top of that, even if we go layer, even if we go for a standard timing, usually we go straight for the Spire. Here, Cham, he delays the Spire in favor of Link Bane upgrades and of Veiling Speed and of melee upgrades and Carapace. Usually you'd be preserving all this gas to make as many mutas as possible. So this is interesting. Mutas are going to be used as more of a supportive unit. Cham is focusing 100% on Link Bane. And we'll see if he can keep up. It is a safer way to play Muta, basically. It's a much safer way to play it, but it does mean you'll have less mutas to work with. As Cham keeps up, he zones away the initial drop. Reinforcements on the way. SpeCial, he's not stopping. He's not stopping, not slowing down. Here we have +1 air attack on the way. Cham right now is just focusing purely on Link Bane production. Joining up as well. Meanwhile, tanks are setting up on the high ground. Cham stuck behind the Queens. Takes down the Hellions though. Takes down the Hellions, pulls away. Cham holding the line, and there we go, 7 mutas now in production. And so far, delaying mutas has paid off. Otherwise, he would have just fallen over to this. He would have crumbled against the 7-minute push. So Cham is holding on. Cham is holding on. The mutas get revealed. Special knows, back at home, turrets, instantly. Turrets are being thrown down in every single mineral line. At least it should be. Mutas are coming from behind, they go for the tank. Ooh, but last attunement does expire in time. The tank does barely go down at a cost. One tank for 3 mutas. The last special, he has force back his opponent. Has force back special. The Marines! The Bio Army out of position. Yeah, getting caught out. Good chunk of Marines do fall. Jamie pulls away. Once again trying to engage with the Marines, running into tank fire. Jamie commits into this. Banelings are being targeted down, does take down both tanks. But that was an expensive trade here for Cham. Does pull away. Pulls away. Building up more Link Bane. Now being forced back, claiming the gold. Going for the gold, getting it saturated. Maintaining a greater economy. And of course, special switching it up into Thors, into Winter Mines. So let's go. We have Link Bane Muta up against Biomine Thor. With Liberator support as well. Jesus. Just all things anti-air. A couple of mutas are getting called out. Gets 2. Takes down 2 mutas. Cham pulling back. Banelings are ready. Both armies keeping up. Oh no! Oof. Cham will take some mind shots to the face. Yeah, a couple mutas going to be going down. Liberators that get past at the same time. Link Bane rolling in towards a planetary. It's going to be an expensive trade. He will get it. Planetary goes down. Oh, just barely. But he will lose every single Baneling. And Cham plummets in supply. That was a brutal trade. He does get a mineral line. He does get a base. But here comes Special. Special with a massive supply lead. And that snipe of the planetary might have just lost Cham the game. Like it is so risky trading your army for a base for the economy when Special's maxed. We'll see if we can pull this off. Cham trying to muster up a defense. Liberator's being dealt with. And base goes down. Special, you can just keep going. You can just keep on pushing. Again, all those banelings were just not worth the planetary. I mean, it may be. We're coming in for the surround. Cham, can he clean this up? Mind shots going off. Decent connections with the banelings. You do get a spread here from that Special, but a better angle from Cham. And Cham, he's holding on. He's barely holding on here. He does have some Link Bane left over. The mutas, they persist. The Winter Mines. Oh! Oh my god. Mind shot gets baited. Baits out the mine shots. Collapsing in the army. Oh, Banelings, they connect. Massive connections. And the supply here is actually medevacs. Mainly medevac, not in the army. Special, he pulls away, and Cham, he holds. Whew. Very intense hold here from Cham. Does survive the push. And now Special, he was all in. Remember, Special, he lost the base, he lost the mineral line. He had to end the game then and there. I thought he would, but he didn't. And the longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for Cham. Cham, he has the gold minerals, he has the income, he has the resources. He just needs the larva. And I'm still trying to keep up. Still very close, very tense. Ooh. Base goes down. Takes down the expansion. Oh. More mine shots about to go off. Oh, brutal connection. Another mine shot as well. Oh my god, most of the links do go down. But the medevacs, the medevacs are falling one after the other. Oh god, the mine shots are brutal. The mutas! Oh, they take a thought shot to the face. Oh my god. That was 17 mutas going down. Oh no. Cham. Oh, the mutas, they take everything to the face. Again, things were going well until those mine shots. Until that Thor shot as well. The splash damage was insane, and with that, Cham has to get the hell out of here. He has to pull the way back. 17 meters went down. SpeCial still moving in. And where are the Bailings? 15 Bailings on the way. Cham, he needs more time. Oh my god. Needs more time. Collapsing in. Macho once again on the meters. SpeCial, he kites well. Kites back. Behind this SpeCial, he does land the main. He floats the main base over to take us the gold to maintain himself. We saw this on El Dorado as well. So even though his SpeCial is down in workers, you could argue that he has an equivalent economy with mules and with the gold. As this is still very tense, it's still anyone's game. Here we go, top left goes down. Nice top left. Cham pulls away, still building up more Ling Pain. Now, bearing in mind that Cham is stuck on worse upgrades, I believe he doesn't have a hive. Yeah, no hive. No hive, no 3-3, no adrenal. Especially has 3-3 bio. Now, this is a factor coming into this. The lack of upgrades for Cham. Tries to get some reinforcements, going for the mineral line. SCVs have to pull away. Oof, mine shot's going up. That SpeCial he holds. Toss it in the base. Cham getting ready for another run by. Uh-oh. Does spot the army. Up! Cham bleeding out a muta. Bleeding out 1, 2, 3 mutas go down. Cham getting caught with his pants down. The mine shot. Oh my god. The retargeting as well. Bailings get annihilated. 0 Bailings left. And without Bailings, there's no defense. There's no hold. Okay, more Bailings now rolling in. Cham is in trouble. Mine just going up. Once again, they collapse here on the Bailings. Marines, they stim back. 1 Bailing connects. Oh my god. Once again, the retargeting the mine shots. Oh my god, brutal connections. Dragging the army into winter mines. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. But there we go. This time, better trading for Cham. Especially runs into the army. Big force all the way back. Big force back here to the gold. And Bailings, they're rolling in. The gold base, the mineral line, it's going to go down. And massive connection. And Cham, he's done it. Cham, he has finally he's broken the back of a SpeCial. Gets into the mineral line, catching out reinforcements. 7 SCVs. The muta count is being completely reset. But does hunt down those workers. I say that, I mean, bearing in mind this is still a 3-3 bio army. And he doesn't kill the CC. So Cham has got a lot of rebuilding to do. Going back into muta production, rebuilding his mutas, rebuilding his Ling Bane. SpeCial, he does main art, he does saturate. The gold base is still up and running. But at this point, it's mainly the gold. Like here, no economy here. Ah, there we go. That makes sense. He floated over his main earlier. Now he's floating over his natural. Floating over his natural base. Taking another expansion. SpeCial, once again, just like on El Dorado, he's maintaining his economy. And Cham, still no hive. Still no 3-3. So once again, despite SpeCial having a smaller army, it's in a way more effective. Ooh, this mineral line is exposed. No turret, no widow mine. Cham, he can go for it, and he will. Yeah, massive pickoffs here. Getting 3-4 SCVs. Glaives are bouncing. More workers going to be going down. Very nice damage. Oh, Oh, magic boxing here on top of the Thors. He gets one. Takes down one. Link Bane rolling in. Mind shots, no major connections. And Cham, he has done it. He breaks down the Thors. GG gets called, and Cham ties up the series 3-3. Once again, we're tied up. God. GG. Oh my god. Yo, I'll be honest. I thought it was over. I thought it was over when he committed to killing the planetary. When he lost every single Baneling, killing the planetary and not getting the mineral line, that was brutal. I mean, he did get some SCVs, to be fair. But that was brutal. That was a brutal moment. Cham, sorry, SpeCial, he was up 20-30 army supply. He went for a massive counterattack, and that was supposed to end the game, and he barely didn't. Cham had a very nice angle of attack. Remember, he flanked from the top side, and of course he pushed from the left-hand side as well. Able to collapse on the army, able to sandwich in, and he had the best fight he could hope for. Didn't completely kill SpeCial, but did cripple the army enough to force him back, and then suddenly SpeCial was that much more committed. Suddenly SpeCial didn't have the best economy. He was on 50 SCVs or 55 SCVs at that point, so he had to keep things going. Things got very intense, very close. We also had the moment where Cham took all the mine shells to the face, and he lost almost all of his meters. Very back and forth, very intense. In the end, GG, well played. We have a tied 3-3 scoreline, and now we're getting into game number 7. Going to be loading into Ultra Love. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go. So we are getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player, the blue Terran. It is SpeCial. Whew, let's go. Let's go. Do you think a SpeCial starts hurling will be different? Depends on when you're saying that, because if you recall, after losing his planetary, he had to counterattack. He was pretty all in with that, so he had to commit. He had to try to break Cham because he was all in. In general, he was all in. If you recall, he was down in bases, down in workers. That's why he was floating over to the gold with his main. That's why he was floating over to the 4th base with his natural as well. If he slowed the game down, it would be at Cham's benefits, because then Cham would be able to take actually more bases and extend his lead. So I do think the best call there for SpeCial was to continue to be aggressive the way that he was. He barely didn't break Cham. There's a world where he does break him. SpeCial, he was not in like a position to like slow the game down himself because of the economic damage he took earlier, right? Because he was down in SCVs and down in bases. So he had to commit. And again, he almost did kill Cham. By all intents and purposes, I feel like he should have killed Cham, but like Cham, again, he had like the better engage, the better surround setup. Like remember, it all started because SpeCial lost the planetary in his mineral line, right? Because he lost the gold. Like that like triggered the chain of events that transpired. Like it all, the dominoes started falling. Whew, but here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're going to be getting into game number 7 here. And as a reminder, best of 9, so we still have more games ahead of us. Now, last game was the most standard game that we've had the entire series, but even then, Cham was going into mutaplay, which is not standard, which is not normal. I mean, again, it almost got him killed as well with some of the brutal mine shots that were occurring, but in the end, we can settle in, we can calm things down. I say standard game, this time much more aggressive here, going for the straight up 1-1-1. Okay, 1-1-1, no third TC. Much more committed here from SpeCial. From here, we'll see if we go into... I was going to say if we go into Reactored Hellion. Widowmine? Are we opening up Medevac Widowmine drop? Okay. I see you. So this is a lot more of a quirky start here from SpeCial. opening up Widowmine. How many Hellions did he make? Only one. Only one Hellion for scouting. So one Hellion into Widowmines into drop play. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Now, this needs to get damage done. As a reminder, this is hyper committed from SpeCial because no third CC. There's no third commander here, so a very delayed economy here for hyper aggression. Behind this, early Roach Warren out of Cham. This was a 320-ish Roach Warren timing. So very early Roach Warren, checking the vision here. SpeCial, he did not scout the tech. He's not aware of the roaches. This is a very safe way to play from Cham, and it does make sense on these smaller maps. As here comes the first drop. So we have one Widowmine alongside 6 Marines. Liberator follow-up. We do have an extra wave of Hellions as we had one add-on swap, then going back off, going into a 2-1-1 setup. Still no third CC. This is borderline 2 base all in. Like, this is very committed here out of SpeCial. Going for the mineral line. And again, this hits so early that there's not really much of an army to work with. Things are trickling in. Widowmine shot doesn't go up. SpeCial pulls away. At the same time, Hellions into the mineral line. Drone's going to be going down. Nice reaction here out of Cham, but the drones are still exposed. Oof, that's going to be 9. Oh, no! 16! Ah, they stack! They stacked up towards the end from 9 to 16 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. 3 Hellions, they one-shot drones. That's exactly how many SpeCial had. 3 Hellions. And now Cham has to counterattack. He has to counterattack. He has to go across the map. Back at home, there's not much to defend. The bunker's still on the way. It's halfway done. Uh-oh. Yeah, bunker's halfway done. Lings, they flood in. Boys are being pulled. Marines are being targeted. Roaches trickling in as well. But the bunker will finish. Yeah, bunker complete. And with the bunker finishing up, SpeCial holds. SpeCial, he does hold. He is safe here on his 2 bases. He's got his Widowmine. He can repair. He has his bunker as well. Behind this, Cham is droning. And Cham, he has a lot of droning to do. He's still behind economically. Ay, ay, ay. Takes down the Widowmine. Cham, he has to break in. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. And even though Cham won't kill SpeCial here, he is killing as many workers as he can. And that's going to be 10 SCVs. Yeah, 10, 11 SCV kills. Still going for more. Getting up to 12. Getting up to 13. Up. Oh, barely not. Yeah, tries to get into that mineral line once again. Trading with the Marines. And with that, suddenly this is a bit of a better position for Cham. So Cham gets 12 worker kills, did lose his entire army, that is true, did lose all of his roaches, and as a result, he doesn't really have much of a force left to work with. But economically, he's in a decent position now. And again, there was a lot of pressure on Cham to get some damage done, and he pulled it off. Cham from here, getting supply blocks. Cham, he's also vulnerable to the aggression. Bearing in mind, still no third CC. This is still 2 base all in. Still 2 base all in out of SpeCial. Like, Cham, can he survive it? Has he still supply blocked? Oh god. Yes, speaking of still being supply blocked, another overload goes down. The supply block continues. Jesus. Marines pushing in. Cham, he just droned. Oh no. Cham, he just droned. And Marines, they will overwhelm. They take down the Queens, take down the Roaches. GG gets called. Cham, he has nothing. The supply block killed him. The droning after the supply block also, as well as SpeCial. He will take a lead in the series. Whew. GG. SpeCial will take a lead. Again, basically a 2 base all in from SpeCial. No third base in sight. Hyper aggression from our Terran player. And a very unique build. Remember, he opened up, it was crazy. He opened up Reacted Marine into 6 Marines with a single Widowmine, add-on swap into triple Hellion, into add-on swap again, back into Marine production. So there was a lot of add-on swapping going on. And the purpose of the Marine Widowmine was to distract, and then the triple Hellion, remember 3 Hellions, they can one-shot drones. They got into the mineral line, and they got 16 drone kills. That was game then and there. Now, Cham did fight back. He did get 12 SCVs across the map, so there was a bit of a back and forth. But what sealed the deal there was the supply block. The supply block there, an insane supply block, as I want to say like 3, 4, 5 overlords went down out of the map, and that meant that that meant that Cham could not make anything, could not produce anything, was overwhelmed. GG well played. With that, we're getting into our next game. We'll see if Cham can bring it back. We'll see if SpeCial can close it out. Whew. Here we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of a Neon Violet Square, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg. Oh, as we have switched places once again. God, there we go. We have a Mexican Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg for Exarchus Esports. It is a Cham. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner on match points, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is SpeCial. One more game is all he needs, and we are opening up with a proxy 2-racks. We have one SCV, we have 2 SCVs, and only 2. So proxy 2-racks here at a SpeCial. This is not too committed, but it's special. And what I mean by that is that he does have some quirky builds at times. So I'm assuming this is 2-racks, just 2-racks bunker rush at a SpeCial, and he has no gases here, so that's what it should be. Okay. So with this is not an all-in. I should emphasize that. This is designed to get damage done. This is designed to give you a lead coming into a longer game. You can transition out of this. We'll see how well Cham responds. We'll see how he shuts us down, if at all. But now the Overlord does poke in towards the left-hand side, and he will not keep on going, so he will not scout the proxy, but what he will see is the SCVs. He will see the SCVs moving in to throw down the bunkers. Oh, gas? This is what I mean. This is what I meant earlier when I said that Cham, he often does his own thing. Gas. Are we going for... Are we just transitioning back at home, or are we going to commit into something greater here? Marines are on the way. Like, again, this is an early gas geyser. Marines are going to be amassing. Like, instead of setting up a CC on the high ground or anything like that. Here we go. Bunker's going to be on the way. Bunkers are being thrown down. As Cham, he sees this, he knows. Cham, he is aware. The boys are being pulled down. We have 6lings in production. Queens are amassing as well. And we'll see if Cham can break this position and deny these Marines. So far, going for the building SCV. Oh, one drone goes down. One drone goes down already. Oh, a second drone kill. Yeah, Brutal losses a third drone falls. Lings at fourth drone goes out as well. Lings are trickling in. This is getting a bit out of hand. 5 drone kills. 6. Oh, God. 7. 7, 8 workers going down. SpeCial has a massive economic lead with that gas is going for the factory. Marines go down. The rush is technically denied, and with that, Cham, he does survive. He does hold, but Cham, he lost so many drones in the defense. That was worth for SpeCial. SpeCial, he takes a lead. SpeCial takes the lead. Back at home again, faster factory, delayed CC, going for the faster Hellion production. Lings are moving out, and these Lings, they have to get some damage done across the map. As again, that was 8 drone kills. Meanwhile, the final Marine's going to be shut down. 0 units. True. There are 0 units here for SpeCial. He's racing back home. CC on the high ground. And Cham, he pulls away. He pulls away. I mean, he sees the wall, right? He sees the wall. He sees the factory's already done. Does confirm that SpeCial wasn't too greedy. And Cham, he has some catching up to do. He's droning up as hard as he can. He's staying in gas. Interesting. So he's going to link speed. With this early gas, Cham, he has to do something different. He has to do something special here. He can't just play standard from this moment after sustaining all that damage. I'm curious if he plans on going into fast lair, into fast mutas. As gas is accumulating. Like, muta play would make sense when it comes to trying to contain the Terran player. Yep, there it is, lair. So this is a 4-minute lair out of Cham. The unit, the tech that makes the most sense here is muta play, but we could see something different here out of Cham. But mutas make the most sense. Mutas, what they would provide here is map control and the ability to harass and the ability to keep to keep SpeCial back at home. So we'll see if he can pull this off. Meanwhile, SpeCial claiming his own natural. Ling's ready for a run by. You see a SpeCial moving out with his Hellion drop. Oof. Yeah, Hellion drop follow up. Lair is still on the way. Ling speed does kick in. He's going for the mineral line. There's nothing at home. Again, the Hellions just left. No shot. The Hellions, they just left across the map. So there's nothing at home to defend. SCV's going to be going down. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand already. Getting 3-4 SCV kills. Does force a cancel on the add-on. The boys are being pulled in. Hellions, they get across the map and they have to get some damage done. Again, 3 Hellions, they get one shot. Ling reinforcements are arriving. Across the map, 17 SCVs. And this Hellion drop is killing SpeCial. Again, the Hellions, they should have been at home to defend, but because of the cheeky drop here, he had nothing. He had nothing at home. 17 SCVs. And suddenly, Cham is back in this, and it wasn't even the mutas. he was going to base muta to recover. It wasn't the mutas, it was the Lings, it was SpeCial, really. Again, getting too frisky with the Hellion drop. Too frisky, but ay. Medevac goes down, Hellions go down. And now there's 0 harass across the map. SpeCial is down to 19 SCVs. He is muling, he's trying to recover, trying to get into his own stim timing. But the pants were down. They were off. There were no pants. They're gone. Where did they go? Nowhere across the map. They're on fire. Ah, no. Not like this. As now the turns have tabled. Now suddenly the pressure is on SpeCial. The pressure is on SpeCial. And he does have stim. Stim is done. He's got 1 medevac full of Marines. Spire is almost complete here for Cham. Cham proving never give up, Bappy. Even if you lose 8 drones to the first proxy, which was crazy, which by the way was still crazy damage, by the way. It was like Cham, he was behind. It was not good. It's not good. But again, clawed his way back into it. 4, 5, 6 drones. Oh my god. 6 workers going down. Strong stim timing here by SpeCial. Takes down a queen as well. Ooh, takes down the mutas. Again, this is 1 drop of Marines. They're popping off. Taking down another muta. And that was what? 6 drones. Hold on. That was 6 drones, 3 mutas, and a queen. That was insane damage. That was good. But SpeCial still needs a little bit more. Still needs a little bit more here. But now, getting into his own 3-1-1. No 3rd command center, staying on 2 bases. Securing himself. Cham does get into the mineral line. Oh, as he bleeds out another muta, but he does take down the Marines. And again, there's barely any Marines left. 1 Marine, the Marine goes down. With the rest of the army, does stim from over the natural. Again, SpeCial, he was spread a little bit too far thin. And the mutas, they are overwhelming. Busting into the bases. 12 SCVs. 12 SCVs going down. Have to pull away. Does pull back, does pull away. They're just containing SpeCial. I mean, again, SpeCial still has no 3rd command center, no expansion. Mutas are going to be forced back. Likewise, Baneliness now on the way, saturating his 3rd base. Cham doesn't have the best economy behind this, but it's still better than SpeCial's. True. Alright, it's all or nothing for SpeCial. They have 1 massive move out. It's got 2 tanks, got a hefty amount of Marines. These, I believe, are going to be slow Banelings to defend, as there's no Baneling speed. Oh. Likewise, 0-0 Ling Bane. No upgrades. Cham, he will catch some stragglers here. Gets 1 Marine. Picks up a Marine. He's massing up as much Ling Bane as he can. Oh, I'm loving the angle here from Cham. Coming in from behind is going to be ideally forcing SpeCial onto creep. SpeCial does blink back. Oh, Maestro going off. Oh my god, the Banelings! The Banelings, they get shut down. Again, the slow banes, they do not connect at all. And again, Chammy's in trouble here. Chammy has to kite back. Again, time is on his side. He has to evacuate the base. Now pulling back, 14 more lings on the way. And SpeCial's all in. Remember, this has to end the game. This has to kill Cham or cripple him. Boys are being pulled. Tank barely goes down. The mine shot! Ooh, brutal connection. But the boys, they did their job. 12 workers go down. But Cham is holding. Cham, he's barely holding on. I say that 12 workers did fall. The muted count is, he's got 10 muters. SpeCial still trickling in. The base goes down. The Broodlings. SpeCial has to pull back. Let's get the hell out of here. Muters that will chase him down. Oh my god. Yeah, scan. Cham, sorry, he has the gold. Cham, he's got the gold base. He has an economy. He's crazy. Yo, the gold base is up and running. He did save his workers, catching out some of the bio, and Cham, he can sustain himself. Yeah, he's got a bank. 800 minerals here. He has no larva. He has no injects, but he has the money. Where are the injects, Pappy? We need to. There we go. There we go. Injects are popping off. Cham needs as much larva as possible. And SpeCial, yes, he killed the base. Yes, he killed 12 workers. But Cham has the gold. And SpeCial, he has no third. Again, he's completely all in. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for SpeCial. Now, technically, SpeCial, he can lift and land his main at the gold. True. He can't. I mean, we've seen a lot of that already this series. SpeCial's been very tenacious when it comes to that. SpeCial does move out. Behind this Cham massing up. Still no bailing speed, by the way. It's still in production. Still no speed. Army gets spotted. Cham needs a little bit more time. Scan now reveals the gold. Now SpeCial knows. Up until this point, he had no idea. As Muters, they attempt to catch reinforcements, but they run into a massive group of Marines. Heading to the main. Getting a gas geyser. Getting some damage. Still massing out more Ling Bane. Cham still building up back at home. Coming from behind, mine shot goes up. Up! Ooh, brutal connection. Yeah, massive mine shot here. A chunk of muters go down, but there's still enough on the ground. GG gets called. Cham, he holds, he shuts down the all-in, and Cham will force the ace match. Whew. Let's go, Pappy. Let's go. GG, well played. Remember, this all began with, I would say, a really rough proxy Truax defense out of Cham. He lost 8 workers in that defense. He lost 8 drones. It was a brutal start, but remember, it all, the turns were tabled. It all just flipped on his head when Cham went for his Ling round by just as SpeCial was halfway across the map with his Hellion drop. And again, Hellion drops are not standard as a follow-up. It was very cheeky, very overconfident play out of SpeCial to send everything he had, those 3 Hellions across the map, which means he had 0 units to defend back at home, and he lost 17 SCVs. 17 SCVs, and lost mining time and some mules as well. And from that moment, SpeCial was crippled. From that moment, SpeCial was crippled. From that moment, Cham was ahead. SpeCial, he almost broke Cham when it came to his all-in, when he pushed towards the left-hand side, when he broke the expansion. That is true. He almost was able to break Cham then and there. But Cham, he was able to preserve some of his drones, and he had the gold base. The gold base was what really kept Cham going there to be able to maintain himself and snowball out of control into a longer game. GG. GG, well played. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 9. Let's go. We're going to be loading into ley lines. Whew. And here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner here, top right hand corner of ley lines, we have our Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Esports. He brought it all the way back to the Ace Match. Let's go to game number 9 in this best of 9. It is Cham. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself from land of Mexico, being forced into the Ace Match. Can he bring back that momentum? It is SpeCial. Whew. Let's go. Oh my god. Cham is not Clem. What are you what are you talking about? Aye, aye, aye. But here we go. We are going to be settling in. For now, we have our hatch gas pool standing open out of Cham. Meanwhile, we do see SpeCial across the map. SpeCial going for his own low ground setup. Now we're going back to what we did, how we did open up on Ultra Love, on Whispers of Gold. Here on Lane Lines makes plenty of sense. This is a smaller map, so this is more viable here. It is not going to be 2 racks Reaper. It's going to be racks into Factory. Now, the last time we saw this build, it did lead into a Hellbat push. True, but doesn't have to. It can lead into a longer standard game. We'll see where SpeCial does take this as he sets up for that CC and that Factory. Behind this, Cham settling in, nothing too crazy, no early gases, no early spawning pool so far. Getting into our opener. Now, because the map is so small here on ley lines, because this is a smaller map compared to, this is a Factory before CC, by the way, very aggressive play here by SpeCial. But because of the length of the map, because of how small it is, we do expect to see Cham open up Roach. He has done so in the past in some of these smaller maps, just as a safer way to open up and to get into a longer game. So we'll see if Cham does throw down a Roach Warren at some point. For now, though, again, faster Factory, much more committed by SpeCial. Does he 1-base all in? Nah, okay, he's expanding. Okay, he's going for the expand. So delayed CC in favor of earlier aggression. Overlord moves out, and the Overlord will scout the timing of the Factory. Upon seeing this, Cham should take a more defensive stance back at home. Queens are amassing. Cham? No, Clem is Cham's second account. True, true. Clem El Chamaco, confirmed. Confirmed. I agree, Koobles. Yo, his name looks kind of similar to Clem. Is Clem Cham? Confirmed? Yes, yes. Clem is Cham's alt accounts. We have confirmed. It's the only thing that makes sense. So now we do see SpeCial rotating in. So far, Cham is keeping up. Ooh, and oh my god. He's an animal. We're going for a Ghost Rush. Aye, aye, aye. So, faster Factory, delayed CC into a Ghost Academy. Meanwhile, the first Queen does fall. Again, the early Hellion aggression here is catching Cham off guard. Remember, it was a faster Factory. Oh, and losing one Queen is brutal. The other, I mean, the Queen count is going to be so important, so crucial here to that Ghost defense. Now, this should be with an armory. At least that's what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing Hellbat pushes with Ghosts. The way this works here is the Hellions, they shut down the Lings and the drones. Meanwhile, the Ghosts snipe the Queens. Yep, Hellbats. So it's going to be a Ghost Hellbat push. This was very popular and very trendy a couple of years ago, like 2022, like during like the COVID era of StarCraft, nearing the end of that. This definitely was a build that had, or that did permeate for a while, for like a season. Oh, as the Queen is going to get picked up. Lings, they try to collapse on the Hellion. They aren't quite able to. These are brutal losses already. The problem here is that, again, Cham is bleeding out too much. Like, before the Ghosts even hit, we lost 2 Queens. 2 Queens already going down. Now, thankfully, we mentioned before, Roach openers are a little more standard here on ley lines. There it is. Roach Warren is done. We have 7 Roaches on the way, and that is going to be crucial to that defense. We may have less Queens, but we will have Roaches. Likewise, Cham being active with those Lings. Cham is not seeing the main. He does not know what's going on. Based on the Hellion count, though, he can assume it is going to be Hellbat, so Roaches are going to be ideal here for him. Actually, Cham being more aggressive. He's moving out. Oh my god. Brutal Hellion volleys going off. The Lings that get roasted. And Cham, he just ignores it. He ignores the Hellions. He's going across the map instead. He's going for the kill, going for the natural. Do we end up in a base trade? There's not much of him to defend. There's not much at home for Cham. Likewise, there's not much at home for SpeCial either. Hellions that make a stand in the center. SpeCial, he turns back around. Ghost is revealed. Ghost is revealed. Now Cham knows. Once again pushing through that center, but alas, SpeCial, he has the high ground. He has a snipe. Cham has bled out a lot of lings. Snipe, oh, is broken. Oh no, it was broken, but alas, takes down the Ravager. Cham, he doesn't have much to work with. Another Ravager gets sniped. Ay, ay, ay. Brutal losses here for Cham. Ideally, he wants these lings to get on top of the Ghost. Ideally, he wants that surround. Oh no! Ah, the Roach Ravager getting caught though. Yeah, brutal snipes. Ravagers, they go down. Lings, they can't engage into this. Not like this. Yeah, this more assertive style from Cham is not working out. He will lose everything. The Roaches, the Ravagers, they all go down. Behind this, Cham is droning. I mean, he's on 3 bases, true. But Cham actually has a worse economy than his opponents. And we have mech behind this. We have 2 more factories on the way, so Ghost Opener into mech. And Cham is struggling. If he can surround though. But here come the Hellbats. Never mind. Other snipes. Take down another Roach. Lings, they attempt to catch reinforcements, and they will get a Hellion. Not even. Hellion does survive. Roach is moving in. Once again, more snipes popping up. Lings, they go for the Ghost. They try to at least. And Lings, they will take them down. Not bad, not bad. Nice around here. The Ghost do fall. SpeCial does overextend. And Cham, we have to send it. Cham, he's not droning. He's not droning. Cham is on 41 workers. He's all in. He has to end the game here and now. Oh, the wall's open. The wall's open. Lings, they flood in. Oh, they don't trade too well against the Hellions, but they do distract in the main. Delaying reinforcements. Getting into that main base. Roach is knocking down that front door. And again, it's all or nothing for Cham. And remember, now there is 0 ghosts. Say that. 1 ghost is about to pop. First Ghost has arrived. He doesn't get the snipe off. Snipe on the Roach, not on the Ravager. Army breaks in. And where are the Cyclones? There we go. 1 Cyclone has arrived. 2 Cyclones have arrived. Lock-ons are brutal. Kites back well, but Lings are flooding in. The boys are being pulled. He pulls the boys. Oh my god. The workers are going down. Cham has to kite back. Does kite back. 13 SCV kills. GG gets called. Biles, they connect towards the end, and Cham, he breaks through. He breaks SpeCial, and Cham will take the series 5-4. Of course, claiming that crown and being the best in Latino America. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very intense series, very back and forth. Fun fact, it was a rare sight to see anyone go on more than 1 game win streak, especially won 2 games in a row at one point. From there, just back and forth, back again. Ooh, a very intense best of 9 here. It went the distance, and even in this final game, it could have gone either way. Like, Cham, he was beating out a lot of lings, he was beating out a lot of units, but SpeCial overextended. SpeCial, he got surrounded, and SpeCial lost his entire army in the center. He lost every single ghost. From there, it was go time for Cham. He went for the all-in, and SpeCial, he needed more time to recover. He needed more time for more ghosts, more Hellions, more Cyclones, and time is what he did not have. GG. GG, well played. Whew, oh my god, again, very intense, very back and forth. Coming into this, I was favoring Cham, so I'm very impressed that SpeCial went the distance with him. The reason why I say that is because Cham, he was the most recent EPT Latino America champion that was like, what, 2 years ago? SpeCial was on break, SpeCial was on hiatus, and I mentioned before that we didn't get to see SpeCial versus Cham in HSL. We were destined to, like, it was meant to be a SpeCial Cham HSL finals. But if you're watching HSL, if you don't know what HSL is a Hispanic StarCraft league. It is a big like GSL event for the Latin or the Spanish-speaking region that we did host 3 weeks ago at this point. I think 3 weeks ago. If you recall, Cham didn't make it to the finals in that tournament. He got knocked out by Vortex. Vortex, the Spanish third player, he did take down Cham in the semifinals. So Cham, he was denied the chance to face off against SpeCial in the finals. So here we have the show match. We have the show match. Here they do face off, and it was very close. Again, both players very close in skill. I love that we saw different builds almost every game. Or actually, every game really. Like, we saw different builds, different styles. SpeCial, he is very diverse when it comes to his play. We saw BCs, we saw Mech, we saw Hellbat all in, we saw Ghost Hellbat, we saw Bio play from the side of Cham. We had different Roach all-ins, we had 2-base Swarm Host, we had 2-base Muta, we had Roach-based all-ins, we even had Link Bane Muta as well. Again, very diverse play here, very diverse series. GG. GG, well played. At no point did Cham go Link Bane into Ultra. At no point did Cham go Link Bane, Hydra Lurker Viper. Cham, I don't think ever played Standard in any of his games. The closest we got was Link Bane Muta, which was a blast from the past. Same with SpeCial. SpeCial, he very often had some quirks to his play, some quirks to his build. I think the closest game to Standard that we saw at a SpeCial was on Amygdala. Amygdala, true. Amygdala especially did go 3cc Banshee. The only game that SpeCial played Standard was on Amygdala. That was also the game that Cham went Link Bane Muta. But outside of that, some quirky builds, some proxies as well. Crazy, might be crazy. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Cham does claim it. Cham does claim it. And with that, we are halfway through the broadcast. Let's go, let's go. It was a crazy long series, a crazy long finals, but we are going to be going on a short break because we have another treat ready for you here. Bam, we have a best of 7, I believe. I will have to double check if it's a best of 7 or a best of 9, but we do have the Enki Epic Series number 2, Bjorn versus Su. Another TvZ. So we're going to be going on a short break. We need some time to set everything up, and once we are ready to go, we will be jumping into our next show match of the broadcast. Let's go, baby, let's go. Also, just as a reminder, the Enki Pro Series are monthly show matches in StarCraft 2. The Enki Epic Series is a monthly show match in StarCraft Evolution. So this is going to be Bjorn versus Su in StarCraft Evolution, not in StarCraft 2. Just as a heads up. As a heads up. So just catching up with the chats. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Get some sleep, Pappy. Get some sleep. But thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you. Thank you. SpeCial's SWS in team. Oh, there you go. There you go. But thank you so much, Kanoya, for subscribing. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Again, Kanoya, he is a fellow caster, a French caster actually. Does a lot of content on his own channel. So big shout out to Kanoya. Big shout out. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. And I just double checked best of 9. Okay. So it's gonna be a best of 9 between Bjorn and Su. Also, a big shout to Enki. For those that are maybe unfamiliar, Enki, he is another caster as well. Ganoya does cast in French. Enki is a Spanish caster. He is the main caster in Spanish. He does host a lot of show matches, a lot of tournaments himself, and of course he casts most events in Spanish. So big shout to Enki. He's a good near and dear friend for many years at this point. So shout to Enki, of course, for organizing and hosting this event, and also for providing said replays as well. So much love to Enki. Much love. He's actually live at the moment. He's actually live. I thought Su retired. He did retire from SC2. So Su, he did retire from StarCraft 2. As a reminder, once again, this is StarCraft Evolution. This is a little bit different here. It is a little bit different. So it's great to see Su return after his retirement. His retirement was greatly exciting. Oh, it's not. Like he straight up is retired from StarCraft 2. From my understanding, like he is. This is different. Evolution, not StarCraft 2. So yes. Otherwise, we are going to be jumping in. And unless, like, to be fair, I haven't seen I have not seen the results from the GSL qualifiers. So unless I'm mistaken, unless Su did play in the GSL qualifiers, that is possible. Hold on, did he? He did not. Yeah. Okay, just double checking. So yeah, he didn't play in the GSL qualifiers. So yeah, this is Su's first tournament. First time being showcased since last year December. So it's been almost 5 months on the day. So 5 months since Su has competed, but again, this is going to be in a different form of match, so look forward to it. More of a hiatus? No, I would say retired. Like Su, he's retired. It's just different kind of game mode, different kind of game. Want to make sure we don't spread misinformation that he's back or anything. So, not StarCraft 2. But with that, so we're going to be going on a break. We're going to be going on a break, and when we come back, when we return, we will have our next show match. See you soon for that best of 9 between Bjorn and Su. See you soon. See you soon.